So to load in the plugin boilerplate, we have two links. We can either go to wpb.io and download it. And what that'll do is if we go now into, I've already downloaded it, if we go into the desktop, basically what that'll do is create a template file, but it'd be just this standard plugin.name. Obviously you can go through and change it to the plugin name that you want, but fortunately we have a generator that if we type in all of these details here, for example, and build the generator, what we end up with is a nice custom fold here, events.zip, if the plugin name is events, that basically will have in here all of it with that label. And what we can do is we can have a quick look and see how that is in the Visual Studio Code. We have admin, includes, language, public, index, silence is golden to avoid for security. This is the main plugin file as if you were making it. If our plugin was events, here is the file events.php. And by default, one of the main things that we basically work in is global constants. If we have a look at, it's basically our global constants here. We have the admin section, which we'll go through, the includes for both admin and public, and we also have our languages folder. So that's how you can create the template, and it's best to use this here because all the names, if we have a look in the, for example, if we have a look in here, if we basically go and look at a particular class, we can see that all the names have been really adjusted to actually use the plugin name. Otherwise, you would have to go back and change each of these. So best idea is to use the template builder, and that'll scaffold out this. So admin folder, CSS, JavaScript partials. It has, like, for example, it's telling us exactly what we need to do. This is just, shall we say, like a template file. This here is the main sort of admin class builder in the admin section. In the includes, we've got what happens on activation, deactivation, internationalization, the loader function, which we'll go into, where we actually creates a loader to load in at different points or the files that we may want and functions. The main file of the plugin, as it were, that as you can see in its construct loads dependencies, the locale, and registers all our hooks. And index, just basically as we've seen before, is silence is golden. And then on the public side is for all the things that we may do on the public side. And so really, in a sense, you can do what you want, but it structures it nicely between admin, public, and all the includes. We have our uninstall, which is telling us here everything we want to do when the plugin is actually deleted as opposed to deactivated, where it's fully removed. This is where we would put that. In the deactivator, which we'll see, is where we put things that just happen when we deactivate for, say, debug purposes, or we don't need it, but we may want to save tables and data and other information or pages from before. And obviously we can just do what we want. So this is the main structure of the boilerplate. We've seen how to download it, and in the next set of lectures we'll work through how we make our app. And what we're basically going to learn is where do we put what, because we know what we would do if we're having a single page kind of plugin, but where do you put your hooks, where do you put your constants, how do you kind of link in other functions in different files so that they get enqueued and loaded in our plugin. So we'll do that in the next video.